Tuesday Drive.
Well, we started off, we have been for the last 5 or 6 years, the Huskisson Jervis Bay Food Network, where we, a whole team of hospitality professionals came together and marketed food events over in the lean months of May and August, etc. And it has been really successful, where we've had pop-up restaurants and all sorts of food ventures in the main street of Huskisson on a weekend or Saturday night in May or June. And that has been very, very successful, where all of the restaurants and cafes also came together and ran individual events over a 10-day period. Thanks to COVID and the bushfires, etc., we haven't done one for nearly 2 years now. So what we've done now is to bring together the hospitality providers in the Shoalhaven, and now we are the Shoalhaven Industry Food Network Incorporated. And so the whole idea of that industry body is to be an industry body, to have a network where providers of hospitality can come together, wineries, breweries, producers and suppliers, vendors, and, you know, we're looking at having a go-to place for these providers, and we're also looking at putting together a hospitality directory, so that anybody that wants anything to do with hospitality can go to that online directory and see whatever it is that they need.
Sounds to me like it's going to be like a very modern phone book.
Well, yes. Well, that is one of the objectives, and as well as that, we're launching August as the Shoalhaven Food Month, and what we're doing there is the providers are coming together and running individual events in their restaurants, or coming together in a collaborative way, and joining with other providers to have some different food events in all parts of the Shoalhaven.
Now, you recently were part of a first meeting for the Shoalhaven Food Network.
Yeah, we had. It was a great interaction of all sorts of providers, and nobody wanted to go home, which was, I guess, that's notoriously that's hospitality people. They've got the gift of the gab, but it was just a wonderful vibe in the room, where, you know, people were meeting people for the first time. And we had, as I say, we had a potpourri of we had a chocolatier from Berry. We had some vendors, restaurant owners, cafe owners. We had the wonderful people from Laver Shoalhaven, who are one of our major sponsors. It was a really lovely coming together, and it was really great to have it at the TAFE College, because it was like going home for me.
Yes, because you only
some of the TAFE students provided supper.
Retired about 6 years ago from there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been like stepping back home. Look, I can imagine like a meeting like this would be fantastic if you've got, for example, the chocolatier that you've said it's been from Berry, but then you may have like a cafe or restaurant in Huskisson or Vincenti that may not know about, you know, a chocolatier, and maybe, you know, buying some of their chocolates and selling it. Whereas with a meeting like this, like you said, it's a wonderful opportunity to meet, vendors that they may not have known existed before in the Shoalhaven and the South Coast.
That's right, and because of the fires and COVID, so many of our amazing producers have gone to the wall. And, you know, we were building up and looking at, like, we've got some hidden treasures in the Shoalhaven as far as chefs are concerned, and our different providers, and like there's so much that's alive and well in the Shoalhaven, and we just feel that our brand is that we want to encourage visitation to the Shoalhaven, not just for the beauty that we have and the beautiful bushlands and the waterways, come to the Shoalhaven and meet with our hospitality providers and see all of the amazing products that we have to offer.
Di, I'm very keen to know, as the former head teacher of tourism and hospitality, now you've had your hand, I dare say, in a fair amount of local produce over the years. Is there anything that gets you excited to cook with in your own kitchen at home?
First of all, I love to go to Laver Shoalhaven because it's just like a treasure trove of amazing locally sourced product. Well, not just locally sourced, but regional and south coast. But I just love using fresh produce and the beautiful Kangaroo Valley eggs and as much fresh produce. I like to design my menus around what is available. And it just I just think you get the optimum flavour from using beautiful fresh fruit and vegetables.
Actually, I have to say I was very, very lucky. I was able to pick up some eggs from Kangaroo Valley and also some fresh kale from a local vendor. So I went home and actually made a beautiful a kale quiche, and it was just delicious. And again, we're just so lucky that we've got it growing right here in our own backyard.
Yeah. Look, the beautiful olives from Kangaroo Valley olives. Look, there's so much. There's also, some fabulous products that are being produced by chefs and sold, relishes and flavour bases and all sorts of things Five Little Pigs at Huskisson does the most amazing chili jam that they have on their shelf, as well as, and then they've just opened, I think it happens tomorrow, but everybody knows about Nutmeg in Huskisson, and they've just reinvented themselves, and they're opening up on the 11th. They're busily working and they're reinventing themselves, and they're going to be a deli cafe, and that's really exciting. And there's all sorts of exciting things happening in the Shoalhaven, and as I say, we've got so many best kept secrets of the integrity of so many incredible chefs that, really know their stuff and really strut their stuff. And I just think that, as you say, the $25 vouchers is a wonderful way, although they've got to work quickly on that. I just think that we need to be, even though, we're doing so much of what we're looking at as far as the August food month is concerned, we're not only looking at visitation from Sydney and Canberra, but you're a visitor when you go to from Nowra to Jervis Bay for a meal. You're a visitor, so I think that's another side effect of what happens with the $25 voucher. We get to visit other parts of the Shoalhaven and really see what they have to offer as far as food and beverage is concerned, like all the breweries that are opening up, and they've all got these incredible vendors, food vendors, so you can have a potpourri of different flavours and textures along with your new beers.
This is Tuesday Drive.